It's day 600 today, so that means I've been doing a video every single day for 600 days. So coming up today, we're messing with a road sweeper, and hopefully we've got some wheels getting painted as well. Also as well, I need to do a shout out for James and Diane, because they came all the way from Greece. Well, they live in Greece, and they watched the videos. I think they watched Tom's as well, and they called at the yard the other day to say hello. Anyway, I wasn't here, so hello to you anyway. Also, yeah, someone left a comment yesterday to say that they started watching about a fortnight ago, and they've watched all the videos up to date. So I don't know how long it took them, but they've managed to do it in 2 weeks, all 600 videos, which is amazing. So I don't know who else has done all 600 videos, but if you have, well done. You should get a medal. Maybe you could like say you have, and then I can give you a thumbs up. I'm on a Merlot, I've got pallet forks on, and I've also got diesel. So we're going to try and lift these road sweepers off now, but we're not just sure how they're going to balance. But they did lift them on with a forklift. I think we'll lift this one off first, because this one's hanging off. You look. Just unstrap it and chain it off now.
Try the middle hole.
So we lifted either side of the back wheel because Andrew thought it was rear heavy and he wanted to tip forward. So then we lifted in the middle and it still wanted to tip forward. So then we lifted at the front, the other side of that wheel there, and then it wanted to tip back. So we have to go back to the middle and put a block on that tyre now and hope it balances. Because how they loaded it, they just sat two fat people on the back and lifted it on with a forklift from the middle. It's bleeping a little bit, but we've got it. Andrew's just added a bit of ballast to the back and we've got a block of wood on there, but it's actually sitting pretty well now. Let's lower that down now. Sweeper number 2 coming off. Actually balances a bit better, this one, I think. I'll lower it down as soon as I can. Might weigh them and see what they're worth in scrap. Someone did say that we should do sweeper racing, but in order to do that we'd have to get them all running. There we go. Lower that down now. Just brought it the weigh bridge to see what it weighs. So we weigh 12.2 tonne with the sweeper on. So we'll drop the sweeper off and see what the Merlot weighs on its own. This weighs 8.8 I think, so it's 3.5 tonne in a road sweeper. Random fact for you. This bit of foam's been on the pavement up the road for a few weeks. I keep driving past thinking I know exactly what I can do with that, and obviously no one's claimed it, so I'm going to put it here because in the dark it's hard to see that stay wire. I'm going to clip that on it. Just lifting the forklift off now. It doesn't feel as heavy as a road sweeper. Little gas-powered forklift. Tony's got it for moving his logs in them cages and stuff. It's funny really, I wonder can you convert it to run off hydrogen? Probably not. Been looking for me towing strap for months on them shackles, so we'll be able to use that when the big case comes. Let's fill off the farming for him. This is why we needed 3 Merlots. One's doing aerial work, one's doing the drying floor, and then one is the other side of the chipper that you can't see. It's the mini one, there it is, in the gap, doing some double chip. Just put that in the bucket now and then rolled it out the bucket straight onto his trailer. Just come checking his field of wheat after oilseed rape. This is one where we didn't have the drill quite set up correctly, and we didn't patch it up either, but it's alright. It's just a bit thin in places, but I think a little bit of early fertiliser it'll be alright. A bit of volunteer spring barley in it here maybe. But, no, actually they're probably wild oats I think. Yeah, there'll be wild oats though, because there's some wild oats in the rape. But the wheat doesn't look too bad. And then you can see here where we spilt beans because we were combining beans next to. And one of the trailers I think was parked there and it was blowing a bit. So we've got some volunteer beans, but we can knock that out anyway. But all they're doing at the moment is now is fixing a bit of nitrogen, so we'll not worry about it. the moment, and then this field was after beans. And just you can see here with the trailers and carts, so that's got a bit of beans. But look how wet this is. Yeah, it's still growing. I hope you can hear because of the wind, but you can see this is the field that the potatoes on, and it's not growing. It's strip here where they've got the potatoes out of. The rest of the field isn't so bad, it's just a little bit wet in places. So I don't know, maybe 90% of it's okay, 10%'s rubbish. This is me, the 10% that's rubbish. Sorry if it's windy. Yeah, I've got back in the car now, but yeah, it's sort of this headland here and going up that way was quite bad, but the rest of the field's pretty green. That's where Sam smoothed that off the other day, if it focuses. It's a lot smoother now around there, so it doesn't catch on the bags. It's just moving the sunflowers after they've come out the dryer. It's got a little bean mixed in with them. Someone's going to come and take some tomorrow and try and crush them for oil as well. The birthdays are slowing down a bit, and I've found a birthday boom, so I've written across the back of the baby because it's lighter than in the back of the shed. So we've only really got 3 today, but actually it's only 2 because we did this one yesterday. So happy birthday to you guys on there if your name's on there. Also, random fact, that 4494 we believe is the only one in the country, so unless anyone knows of any others, let me know. And a little bit of the history, apparently Parish Tractors were selling it a few years ago, and then I think it's been in Leicestershire, and then it's been over to somebody else who's a private collector, and that's when it ended up in the sale. Anyway, the gear linkage was broken on it, so the auctioneer rung this morning to say that they're going to fix that for us so that it'll load on the wagon easier, because apparently it's not going in reverse, so it'll make it easier for loading. So it's going to be ready to collect from Monday. So if anyone's going to backload, there's a few people messaging me that's going to give me some prices, but if anyone's going to backload, let me know from Suffolk to Tarbuck. Sam's finally going to get round to painting the wheels, hopefully in the next 10 minutes. I've done these orange now, and I'm going to peel the tape off because it's set, and I'm going to do the other side red while he's doing the wheels. It's quite watery, the red paint, but you can see that I've done that one now, so that's red and orange, and then this is the one I haven't done yet, so you can see this should be red, but it's all faded to nothing. So I'll paint that one now. I'll let them dry a bit, then I'll give them another coat, because it's not a very deep red, it's just more of a pinky colour at the moment, but it's better than it being clear. Sam's painting that mirror bracket. It was black anyway, but it kind of got all white because it's aluminium and the paint fell off a little bit like that door hinge. So we're going to have to sort that out as well really now, because that was all masked off for painting this. But we're going to have to mask that off and maybe aerosol that or rub it down or something, because it stands out a mile now, them little bits. Everyone was saying that we'd just paint the grey. Well, the grey isn't too bad. I mean, it's a bit rubbed off there where the mudguards hit, but that's something and nothing. But the rest of the chassis is pretty good, to be honest. I mean, you always get like a little bit on the back of the link arms and stuff. You know, maybe that needs doing. I think it's normally when a chain comes off a PTO and flaps about, but the grey on it's pretty good, to be fair. The back of the cab all black now. Two jammy Dodgers. I think we're going to have to print a 4494 out ready for on the cool wall, but whereabouts would it go? Bit of a quiz question, see if anyone's been paying any attention. Does anyone know what that's for? It's like a funny ruler. If you've been paying attention, you'll know, because we probably used it, was it a couple of weeks ago. I need to apologise to Laura Bounds because she got me this Richard Weston flag, and obviously thank you Richard Weston Trailers for sending it ages ago. Anyway, it's been like lost in the abyss of the brew room in a load of cardboard boxes. So as soon as this tractor's out, we'll get the cherry picker in and we'll get that up. And I think I've got a couple of other flags as well that have been sent, so we'll get them up in here as well. But I've not put any flags up for months. Looking a bit lacking, and then when we wired them lights up the other day, somehow the John Deere flag fell down. So that needs putting back up again, but I don't go up that ladder because it's not long enough. We'll use either the Merlot basket or the cherry picker. We put them extra lights up because all them lights up there, they're the bright, I think they're metal halide and they're LED, because we changed the bulbs to C. All the light was coming from above and you got shadows everywhere, and especially when you were painting it was terrible. So that's why we put these LED ones around the outside, so they look like normal strip lights, but they've got LED bulbs in them. And then we've got another one to put under there because that corner's quite dark. It doesn't look it on the camera, but it is. And then we've got another one to replace the one over there that's not on and broken. And then hopefully then it'll just be a lot brighter in here, because especially in the winter when it's dark outside, the skylights give us nothing. Robin had to work today, so he's not got that running backwards and forwards yet, but hopefully he's going to have a go of it tomorrow. I'm just speaking to a few people, see if anyone's got any room on a wagon for bringing a 4494 back. So a few people are giving me some prices, but a lot of them are like, if we can fit it in, we can do it for a lot less. I'm just trying to find someone that can fit it in, and then we can get it back up here for quite cheap money. But Suffolk is kind of Ipswich, it's like south and east, so it's quite away from here. It's a bit far send Andrew on the fast track. I think it's like 7.5 hours there and 7.5 hours back, so I don't think we should do that. But if we had a Unimog, then it's 56 mile an hour. Maybe we could have gone and got it ourselves. Right, that one's had its second coat, and that one's had its first coat, so you can see the difference. Just. Both had 2 coats now, but I think I'll probably give them 3 like I did with the orange. There he is, Picasso. He's just doing that wheel, and he's going to do this one. Don't suppose anyone knows the dimensions of a 4494 case, because all I can find is the wheelbase of it and the width. I could do with knowing the length of it, then we know what wagon it'll fit on. If you do, I'd be greatly appreciate if you could tell me in the comments or message me on Instagram or something like that. Anyway, that's probably about all for today. A guest outro here for you, and I'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully my cold has got better.